We're live. We're live. And how are we doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your sensei, Bob. I'm here to tell you a story, and don't believe a word I say. Everything here is just for your entertainment's sake, means nothing, especially to those snowflakes who are so don't want to be their best. But here we are. We are sworn to conscious intent I am and conscious awareness I am. And that's what we're at. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I'll get that thing down. Anyway, here it is, beginning of the month, right on the edge. And, you know, thank you for all those who do send me something on the old PayPal. Please do so now. And when they ask, it is the dude awake 42 at Gmail, the dude awake 42 at Gmail, all one thing, all lowercase. Get a hold of me. That's my email. The dude awake 42 at Gmail. The dude awake 42 at Gmail. Come on. Love to hear from you. Show me your hand. I'll give you a reading. The dude awake 42 at Gmail. And all you corporate types, I'm in the market. Everyone needs a BBI. And I could surely help you do that. Everyone needs to have a chair at Harvard. And I could help you with that too. Anyway, so I've been writing novels. I got my series of 5, Ear, Hair, Anthology, Legend, and Legacy, and the other 2. Ear, Hair is kind of written and rough edit, needs reading by others. So, love to hear from you. The Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. Give me your emails. Give me your links. Give me your love to talk on WhatsApp and the other one. And let's get something doing. This is the time to do something, right? I mean, I've been having the last 2 weeks have been exquisite, quiet, spring rolling into summer, and everything looks pretty. Now, if I was in the Ukraine, I would say no. I mean, that was a nice little country until someone decided it had to be blown up. And the only silver lining I see is it's giving us a real front seat, good look, big picture of what could happen to the rest of the planet. Do you want that? And, you're going to blame the West or the East or Putin or whatever moron. I mean, come on. The guy who's president of Ukraine, he's just a stand-up comedian whose mother wanted him to be a lawyer. And he's actually outperforming most people's. The only real expectation you should be trying to fill is your own. For you to be the best you can be. That's it. That's all. If you want to be perfect, no one can. You can be your best, right? With conscious intent, I am, and conscious awareness, I'm seeing it right now, right? And that's how you live your life. Like right now, I'm conscious aware of this beautiful breeze that's going between these 2 windows, better than air conditioning. Don't need to turn the motor on. Don't need to expand my carbon footprint. But it's 1 point something billion people who live in India right now. I bet you they're pretty uncomfortable. The last few days, it's been above 3 digits. Above 3 digits for those days. And it's going for snake eyes until sometime around February. So I would say, and they are a large producer of food. They experienced the green revolution of Jewish science, and everyone needs to read Mein Kampf because Adolf didn't write that book, but it sure was a beyond any kind of prejudice. Everyone has to die except us, right? It's very Georgia Stones, right? Very Zardos. And, like when Zardos was made, late 70s, early 80s. And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland. I'm sitting here in the car on the bop, and this beautiful little breeze is going right through. And JT, good afternoon. And Kadra, yep, we're all here, and it's a beautiful late spring day, early, not quite summer. We could even have snow. I've seen it snow here in May. And yes, yesterday, Sunday, was May Day. The wobbly kids. International workers of the world, unite. Somebody better unite. It don't look good. It don't look good. It don't look good. So I'm still trying to figure it out, and that's good. That is always good. Ba, 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 ba. Got the magic box out. What are we going to do with it? Oh, yes. I just talked about something and it appears on my screen. It's a bit too much. Come on. Stop that. Do, 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 do. Boop, 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 boop. Mm. I wanted with such face. Mm.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine has been going on for more than 2 months. While Russian President Vladimir Putin will undergo surgery, it was claimed in a British media report. Russian President Vladimir Putin will have cancer surgery. He may have to give up control of the war in Ukraine for days, a source inside the Kremlin has suggested. It was alleged that while Putin was undergoing surgery and recovering, he would leave his seat to Nikolai Patrushev, the chairman of the Security Council and former head of intelligence. The British Daily Mail reported that 70-year-old Patrushev was convinced Putin that Kiev was full of neo-Nazis. The claim appeared on the popular Telegram account General SVR.
Yeah, it's going to work.
A senior Kremlin official was said to be the source of the allegation.
Yep.
The source said Putin was advised to have surgery. It would seem that there's...
Yep. Putin is not going to last long. Can I get to where I want to go? Can't get there from here. Come on.
General Valery Gerasimov, the chief of the Russian General Staff, went to the front line in Ukraine last week to change the course of the war. Emerged. The Ukrainian army attacked the base where the general was located, killing 200 Russian soldiers. But the general had already returned to Russia. According to senior Ukrainian and U.S. officials with knowledge of the visit, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Valery Gerasimov, changing the direction of the Russian offensive. The U.S. visited dangerous frontline positions in eastern Ukraine last week. The Ukrainian officials said that the government found out about the visit, but they did not have enough time to catch Gerasimov. Ukrainian forces captured Gerasimov's body in the Russian-controlled city of Izium on Saturday evening. He launched an attack on a position he was visiting, but General Gerasimov had already departed for Russia. The Ukrainian official, who described the sensitive military operation on condition of anonymity, still said at least one of them, a general, was about. He said 200 soldiers had been killed. A U.S. official who is not authorized to discuss the matter publicly. He confirmed that Gerasimov has been in the east of Ukraine for the past few days. The
Well, there you go. Let's see if this boy answers. Oh, well. What can I say? At the beginning of this, I constantly said, so what is this? Is Putin reading the script, or is he just flipped the switch? Meaning he's going off the rocker, right? Which, being under that kind of pressure that for that long, since like 91, pretty much, um, that can change a guy. So, supposed to be getting, cancer surgery. Oh, yeah, that doesn't sound good. And this other guy is going to take his place, a general. So generals can usually make pretty good peacemakers. So we'll see what happens. Right at this time, if they were to make me the ombudsman, I would say, okay, we here in Russia, we are going to stop all. We're going to pull back our military from their positions. Our heavy artillery, we're going to keep where they are, but we're turning it off. We're not going to sell or right, and we're going to put our equipment in protective motif, and we are going to, dig in a little more for defense, but we will not attack. Right? We will not, won't move forward, not 1 inch. And we're going to in Mariupol. The only Russians that are going to be there are those that are being working with the United Nations and the Red Cross, and we are going to bring in lots of materials. We're going to send big tents and hospital facilities. We're going to clear out whatever is still, workable in that city to be made as the center of hospitality and resources for those who are still stranded there. And do that as a world adventure. Open up the airport, fly lots of stuff in, open up the harbor, let boats come in, take people out on boats away, right? And put them in a safe place away from harm, and feed them and heal them. And turn Mariupol. You find the building that is in best shape but still beat up. Whatever hotel or concert hall or sports arena or whatever, hospital, whatever, and turn that into the negotiating center. Right? Clean it up, clean it out, start negotiating. Right? And stop total cessation of all violence. Right? Everyone, Ukrainian and Russian, stop shooting. Put your, right where you are. Clean up, clear out, fortify, and don't shoot. Period. If someone shoots at you, just duck. Right? And see who did that. Was that a mistake? Sorry. Okay. And do not fire. Do not bomb. Do not, send a missile. Right? Even though you got this great opportunity, don't do it. Be your better self. Wherever Russians are, they're in the Donbass. Clean that up. Help the people who are there. Because Donbass, I bet you, is a mess too. So clean it up. Take all those people who are yours. Put them. Take care of them. Clean out their houses if they can get to them. If I was made ombudsman, right? What's that other word? There's ambassador, there's ombudsman, there's another character who goes in, like they parachute him in the hard spots, right? And Putin is going into the hospital to be operated on for cancer, the big C, and the head general is taking over. So head generals can make peace. They can sometimes be the best peacemakers. So that's where we're at. What's going to happen? I don't know. That would be the best, right? And then let everyone come in and investigate what happened in Ukraine, right? Because it's everyone's fault and no one person's fault. Yes. Vlad, was he reading the script or did he just flip the switch, right? If he flipped the switch, he will die conveniently in cancer surgery, right? He wants out. It's obvious he wanted out, so he's getting it, right? Oops, he died. More plastic surgery. He comes out. Instead of Vlad, he's Valerie. Anyway, that nice cool breeze again. It's going to be hot, hot, hot. Right now, I have friends in the West, in Colorado, in New Mexico. I was hearing from Grandfather David's great-grandson, was telling me how things on the res were fine, relatively, but the rest of New Mexico was on fire. And it was like where the richest of the rich people were, they were on fire the worst. So it's interesting. This next, 365 days are going to be quite interesting. Every day, start the clock again this week 65 and experience what that day was. And that's what the rest of the year is going to be. So this today was nice. I got a few little this, that's, and this done that made things seem balanced. I'm talking to you. I did a little cooking. I'm going to go do some more. And, that's the story, So, tomorrow's Tuesday. It's going to rain hard. Who knows what I'll do, but, it'll be whatever it is. I'm working on legacy, and it's about what's important, right? There are a number of characters who are loosely based on fact. The college adjunct / going for tenure / anal retentive / scholastic, you know. And then there's the hobo itinerant scholar, like your Sensei Al Bob here, your griot, right here to tell you a story. And don't believe a word I say, you know. I'm just here. I wish I could read what you guys said here. My eyes are really going. Even though you guys are great and printed in large text. Now, if I could make the text bigger. But the real stupid thing is to have a black background with gray letters. It's Ukraine. Incompetence. Okay. You know, my real, say after reading Das Kapital and then, Hitler's, whatever that was, Hitler's thing that he wrote in that nice hotel that was pretending to be a jail. And someone else wrote that for him. Mein Kampf, right? My story. And he's basically saying the only people that can exist on Earth is the chosen one, the Aryan nation, right? Like the who are those guys? I forget who they are, but anyway, and everyone else is just a communist or a Jew, and they're interconnected. Jew and communist, Jew communist. So let's get them. And to do that, we have to have no laws. So we have to go into all these countries and destroy them as a country, like they did with Poland. It was stop being Poland. Like they did with Hungary, stop being Hungary. What they did to Ukraine, stop being Ukraine. What they did to all of those little countries that Russia took over after the war, they destroyed them from being what they were. So they could be nothing. And thus, anything was, you could rape, kill, steal, not a problem. And you didn't have to feel guilty about it either. That's the big, the whole thing about the final solution was no big scientific, oh, let's kill them this way. It was just, they started gassing them because the soldiers didn't like, shooting little babies and kids in the head, and they were running out of bullets. So they just put them in vans and locked them up and opened the windows and put it in a garage and kept the motor running. And that's how they kind of got to gassing people. Because, when they went through Ukraine and they were stuck with like, 40, 50,000 people, and they had to shoot them, that destroyed the moral of their soldiers more than anything. So, it's hard for those poor folk who are ordered to not be humans. They did a pretty good job of washing it out of the Wehrmacht, but like I said, the story is deeper than it seems to be, and that's where we are again. And we are given the opportunity. The gods have said, "Okay, we're going to just put this right in your face." Yeah, I mean, you've been tap dancing around it since before war, meaning industrialized mega war. One thing to hit each other over the head with clubs or even spears or swords, but nuclear weapons at all. So that's what the Ukraine is. It's like, hey kids, this is just the premiere to show you what you're heading for if you don't shut the fuck up and fly right and be your best. Stop being morons, right? So stop being all about yourself, right? Stop, just having no fun, come on. Anyway, so I'm here, I have very little run around capital, so that's why I'm here, but I'm in a really nice place and no one else is here. So this is like back in the good old days and hasn't really got super hot. I had, last summer I was here and it was not super hot all the frigging time, but it was enough to know, oh, this is what's coming. And then it would rain really hard, right? And then it'd be super hot and then it rained really hard. What we're going to have is it's going to be super hot for days on end, and then tornadoes. And and I got all these mountains around me, and I'm at the bottom of Holler. So I've been here 18 years. I've seen tornadoes fly right over this place. Right now, there wasn't people building their $1 million houses. Where they isn't, there's this place on the other side where the tornadoes used to just kind of and kind of bounce off. It was lucky bounce off, um, you know, part of a mountain and fly one way or the other, or go right through that forest and saw down like 120 trees. And then the tree guys would go up there, make a little road, and make a pad, and take those out of there. And that was like good day's work. And then they shot those trees down. And basically the rich guys are going up there, but instead of doing it like in less than zero point 0.4 acres, they've done it to 2,000 acres on the top of mountains. Oh, and they sold all those lots out to people who want to build their $1 million houses. And it's like right in a bowling alley, right? Good old Watoga Lake Mercantile. Their first big whoop-de-doo is right on this hill that comes up from the lake and it goes high, right? So it's got a big whoop-de-doo view. But we have water spots that come like right off that lake, right? So some of them turn really into serious, the weather's right, because you get all that heat and all that moisture rising, and then the wind going a certain way. You get these killer tornadoes that run for 4 or 5 miles. So I could just see one come zipping up that way. Right 20 minutes have I been doing this? 27 minutes. Ooh, and 11 seconds. And there's still one of you there. How about some more thumbs up? I can't, even with 2 glasses on, I can't read what you're saying. I'll have to bring the magnifying glass next time. The headpiece. These were the only thing I had left in the bag when I walked out. So anyway, it's same as it ever was. What can I say? I love you. So in every day and every way, take the piece of the earth and make it stronger. I hope my little 27 minutes and 47 seconds have been tasty. I hope you have a good day, and I'll try maybe to speak to you tomorrow, definitely Wednesday, maybe on the next day or two. I mean, it takes effort, and I have no money. Every time I leave, I'm going, the paper's going to get me to the next gas station. And the one that's close enough to me, there, and it's only for really poor people, $7 a gallon. Dozen eggs, $5. These people can't afford to drive, to Boone or Johnson City, so they have to, $5. Anyway, that's what it's all. Let's see, 28, 28. We're gonna go right here. Love you guys.